In Japan, there was a wandering samurai who discovered that the village he protects has been dead for decades. A wandering samurai arrived at the village just before dusk, when the mountains turned blue and the cicadas began their endless song. He had walked for days, guided by an old promise and a path he swore he had traveled before. At the edge of the road stood a wooden shrine, its rope weathered, its bells silent. He bowed, as he always did, and continued onward. The villagers welcomed him warmly. Lanterns were lit. Rice and fish were shared. Children laughed and followed him, asking about his sword and the scars on his armor. The headman bowed deeply and thanked him for coming back. "You said you would protect us," the man said. "And you have," the samurai frowned. He did not remember this place, yet everything felt familiar. The curve of the street, the sound of the stream, the way the wind moved through the trees. That night he stood guard as he always did, walking the perimeter while the village slept. No threats came, only silence. Days passed, the samurai stayed. Bandits never arrived. No messengers came from neighboring towns. The villagers never seemed to leave the valley. When he asked about trade or travel, they smiled politely and changed the subject. At dawn one morning, he noticed something strange. His footprints did not appear in the dirt. He pressed his hand into the soil. Nothing. He told himself he was tired. That evening, he followed the sound of chanting to the shrine outside the village. The rope was frayed, the wood cracked with age far beyond what he had first noticed. Beneath the shrine stones lay old offerings, broken armor pieces, rusted blades, prayer tablets eaten by time. One tablet bore a name carved deeply into the wood. It was his name. Memory struck him like a blade. Years ago, decades ago, this valley had been plagued by war. He had been hired to defend it, to hold the mountain pass against an invading force. He remembered the fire, the screams, the impossible odds. He remembered standing alone at the shrine, bleeding, refusing to retreat. He remembered dying. The village he returned to that night was different. Lanterns flickered strangely, their light dim and hollow. The villagers moved quietly, as if afraid to disturb something fragile. The headman met him at the center of the road. "You remember now," the man said gently. The samurai asked the question he had been avoiding since the shrine. "How long?" 40 years, the headman replied. "The village burned. The people fled or fell. But you stayed." The samurai looked around, the children, the meals, the laughter. All echoes, all memories shaped by duty and longing. "Why am I still here?" he asked. "Because you never left your post." That night, the samurai returned to the shrine. He knelt, placed his sword before him, and bowed deeply for the last time.